I'm doing this. Today, this is gonna get done. Gotta get this out of the way, which is a real challenge to do by myself without absolutely destroying this, but it's gotta get done. So, get the seat out, and then I'll talk to you the game plan on this because I'll talk to you in a minute. We'll be right back. I've decided I put way too much thought into cutting this floor pan out and psyched myself out of it, and pretty much I've been a bitch about it. I just didn't want to cut things. I was scared, blah, blah, blah. So I've already decided. I know where I'm cutting. I'm going to cut it. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to try to keep as much original metal as I can. That's solid. And we're going to run with it. So I'll cut to my phone so you can see where I'm going to cut, and then cut back to that, and we'll just start cutting, I guess. Alrighty, so what I've decided is I'm going to cut from here straight back. I'm going to leave it a little bit long, and I'm going to patch panel a little bit long, and I'm just going to plug weld it just like this. Well, this is technically a spot weld, but I'm going to plug weld it. I'm going to drill holes in that, place it on top. I don't know how often, but weld that to that. That's how it's going to be. I'm going to seam seal the edges. I'm going to try to get underneath and seam seal as much as I can underneath. That might be a stretch. This part's gonna have to wait. This kick panel's gonna have to wait. I'm gonna get to this point right here, and I'm gonna cut it along that seam, and we're gonna hope that it works. So fingers crossed, I guess. You can see the line. You can't see over here, but I kind of got it dotted out where I want it to go. It's about an inch from the top of the platform here and around the seat holes over here, and I think that'll get most of the bad rust out of here, these holes and cancer and stuff. So we're just gonna do it. If it's not right, it's not right, but I'm tired of looking at this and stressing about it, so we're just gonna go for it, I think. It's out up to that. That's all rot. I didn't even cut that line. It was just rot. I cut to there, and then I cut that right there, and it came out. I've got pieces here, so there's that top board. Here's this, goes in there like that. All the way around. I'm gonna take a flat disc, clean it up because my cuts were, well, horrendous. We're gonna ignore that. And while I'm here, I figure I might as well clean up some of this frame rail and stuff. So I'll probably just wire wheel what I can reach with the wire wheel, clean all that up, and hit it with some rust. Actually, I probably just hit it with rust stop. Hit everything I can with, clean all the gunk off, and then just hit it with rust stop, and should be good for now. Try to cut all of this out, which comes real close into here, I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna get under there and trace it, see what we get. All right, this is the bottom side of that patch, I guess you wanna call it. So here, this line, this top line, is the sheet metal on the car. The bottom line is about 3/4 of an inch off of that, roughly, the dotted line. Kind of just, you know, best I could. So I think I'm gonna cut on this line here, all the way around, cut that down. So all of this is that seat platform. This is all staying as original metal in the car. That's all being the patch right there. It goes like this. Oh, come on. Hold on. I gotta get... Okay. I messed up. I traced the mount, not where I cut. I forgot I cut inside the mount. Well, that's slightly unfortunate, but not the end of the world. I can make that work. I could patch something in there. I'm gonna have to grind a little bit around this so I can get a bolt in. Yeah, I could patch. I'll just weld straight into this mount and then weld this to that patch and weld all this in. That'll be no big deal. Whatever. Mistakes were made. Can't go back now. Somebody was probably yelling, "You gotta do the little thing." Don't want to talk about it. We're good there. That side looks good. This side looks good once it lays flat. All right. Went to the store. Got this Seymour stainless blast. It's weldable, so that's why I'm using this, so I can weld onto it. It looks like some tacky chrome spray paint, but it's weldable. That's the big thing, and it'll keep stuff from rusting. So that's in there, mainly along the edges, so when we plug weld it, it's good, and then the tops of the rails and stuff, so, you know, I could get to them now while there's no floor. Let that dry. Alrighty, got the edges of the patch panel cleaned up all the way around. This is the bottom. I also did the top just, you know, because I'm going to be plug welding, so some spots are a little bit better than others. Whatever's left will burn through it. I'm going to hit it with that weldable paint, the Seymour, I think it's stainless blast or something like that, just around the edges, so it's weldable, but it's still covered, so it won't start rusting, especially on the bottom. The bottom is the important part of that, so where the two metals meet, it doesn't start to rust. Okay, next day, I've got this panel drilled out for plug welds, so we'll get that here in a minute, and I think my dad's gonna do it because new welder and he doesn't trust me, which is fair. So we'll get that plugged into there, and I've got a patch right there that's for the gap that I missed there, so we'll get that in and it'll be good to go. Got the top panel of the patch painted, got the car painted. This is gonna be, just gotta paint the underneath it, drill holes, plug weld. We're gonna attack the corners here, 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 and then work our way in a star pattern, get this down. So let's give it a shot. Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit difficult. Okay, my GoPro died halfway through that. This was a lot thinner and crappy metal than over there because I didn't go out as far as I could because I just used whatever panel I had. So a lot of these welds aren't the greatest, but you can't worry about that. It's in there. It's not flexing nearly as much. A lot of the bulk of the rot is gone. Yeah, there's some spots like this and some corners, but I'm just gonna dab seam seal in there and make sure it's sealed up. Seam seal all of this from top and bottom, and it'll be good. I'm gonna throw a coat of primer on it right now, so while I'm picking up, it'll dry. Tomorrow I'll come back and finish, well, work on that, I should say, not finish, but work on that. And then most of the panels that I'm gonna patch are good. I'm gonna have to do some patches here, but I don't know what that's gonna entail yet. This, I think I'm just gonna seam seal all of those little pits, just because if I start patching this and patching that and then patching this and then start patching all of this, at that point I might as well buy a whole new floor pan, but I don't have a spare $1,200. And if I did, it wouldn't be going into the floor of this, it'd probably be going into AC system for my other truck. But besides the point, I also primered this with the light coat, but it's in, ready for seam seal now. I'm gonna paint it, probably be the end of this video because I'm already a day late, and I'm not gonna show you seam sealing it on this video because, well, it's a lot more work and I don't even know if I'm gonna get to it tomorrow. So we'll catch you on the next one, I guess.